Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are in the western desert of the Exiled Lands, north of the Jawbone and east of Rhino Horn Ridge, building a temple to Mitra. This build was partially suggested by King Cheshire on my Jungle Home build guide, as he asked for an Egyptian style build, so thank you for the suggestion, Cheshire. Seeing as I've had the aforementioned suggestions sitting in my build list for a fair while now, I decided to firstly do some research on Egyptian temple designs. I came across a variety of different architectures, some of which just plain wouldn't work within the constraints of the game, such as the shallow taper designs on some of the more solid structures. However, there did seem to be a lot of images related to a design structured around pillars holding up horizontal architecture in absence of actual walls. Therefore, I decided to go with this sort of design, mixing it with the same design around an inner wall area, as you'll see in the blueprint soon. This build will use the arena pieces from the Blood and Sand DLC, for the most part. I'll also be including some Turanian DLC pieces in the accents. You could quite easily change these pieces for others depending on which DLCs you own, though I do feel that this mix of stone and more elegant designs works great for this build, so I'm not sure how other materials would fare. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, we are going to start off by drawing out a large rectangle and separating it into two sections, with the shrine section towards the back being slightly rectangular. I'll then build the foundations up 2 tiles high, placing sandy arena foundations inside the square lobby area. I'll also place some pillars at regular intervals around the perimeter of this area to mark exactly where I want them to support the horizontal elements later on. I'll then continue to build up the foundations, raising the shrine area 4 tiles high and connecting them with stairs, filling the raised section with turanian foundations, again placing pillars in a pattern around the perimeter. Next, for the walls of the shrine section. I'll start off by placing an arena gateway and building up the walls 4 tiles high to match the height of the gateway. I'll later swap out this gateway for a turanian one, but you'll see that when the time comes. I also created the roof above the shrine, placing a single tile of turanian roof and roof corners around the top of the build, bringing it in by 1 tile, and then covering the top of the build completely with turanian ceilings. I did initially completely cover it, though I would later leave an empty section above the shrine itself, leaving just 1 ring of ceilings, leaving a gap of, I think, roughly a 4x3 measurement. but again you will see that when the time comes. I also covered the perimeter of the roof ceilings with fences, along with placing fences around the perimeter of each section next to the pillars. Next for the horizontal architecture atop the pillars. I built the pillars 3 tiles high, placing turanian ceilings atop the pillars and around the shrine, leaving a gap at the front gateway. I then took some time and played around with the design a little more, eventually deciding to close the gap completely above the gateway using the roof pieces. I built the same structure above the pillars around the lobby area, using walls against the back to support said architecture. Next I went round the entire build and placed reverse turanian walls on the foundations of the build at regular intervals. This actually really suits this build, whilst we don't have the options of carvings or hieroglyphics in Conan Exiles unfortunately, at least not without mods. The design on the interior of these walls actually works quite well in trying to emulate the Egyptian style of wall decoration. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to of course furnish. Approaching the build, I've lit the temple with hanging turanian lamps, which provide some really nice warm lighting without cluttering the ground with standing torches, or cluttering the pillars with bracketed ones. Entering the lower lobby area, the scale of the area works nicely with the raised shrine section and the pillar architectural elements, with the area itself being actually fairly sparsely decorated, but decorated with purpose. The Turanian statues really suit the Egyptian theme, especially the larger ones, and the statue of refreshment in the centre helps to add a bit more of a welcoming vibe to the area, along with the planters around the area helping to break up some of the monotony. Heading up the large stairs to the shrine room, this is a fairly straightforward design that features the shrine as the centrepiece of the room, with two Mitraean zealots at either corner of the build, protecting the high priest and the shrine itself. And there we have it, a Temple to Mitra in the Western Desert. Thanks for watching, and thanks again to King Cheshire for the suggestion for this build. I enjoyed being able to research Egyptian architecture a bit and trying to interpret it myself into a build. Made it probably one of my favourite temple designs I've built so far. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments below if you have any build suggestions for future videos. As usual, absolutely anything is welcome. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch and join the fun on our Discord through the link in the description. And if you'd like to support the future of this channel, the link to my Patreon is also in the description, with various tiers and rewards including special Discord roles, sneak peeks at new videos, your name at the end of videos, and more. On that note, a thanks to our patrons Sammy, Doomshade and Dawnfox. If you're new here, feel free to check out the rest of the content on the channel. There are new Conan Exiles videos coming every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you like what you see, subscribe and ring the notification bell to be the first to see the next video, and to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.